Hi guys, welcome to today's video. So do you like my makeup? What do you think? Do you like it? Okay, I'll be showing you how I did this simple this. All my effort to make this video very short proved abortive. So the first thing we are going to do is to arrange my brow. I arrange it with a brush. Then, because I have a full brow, I only use a brow pencil to fill some little part of my brow because I'm not a fan of thick brow. As you can see in the video, I only just use the pencil sparingly. After arranging my brow, I just use it a little bit, and that's all. So next is to use our concealer. What our concealer does to the brow is to highlight the brow, and also in case there are any errors while you are drawing your brow, is going to correct any form of stains you have around your brow. Is going to correct it. I am using LA concealer with shade Cool Tan. It has about 2 shades lighter than my skin color because its purpose is to highlight. So that is why I'm using the shade that is 2 times lighter than my skin. So the same thing I did on the other side, I'm doing it here too. And note that I'm using this shade to highlight around my brow bone and near the tail of my brow, because I don't want my eyebrow to have a very harsh starting point. That is why when it's time, I'm going to use a shade of concealer that is closer to my skin. That is my perfect shade to the beginning of the brow. So now at the upper part of the brow, you will use a concealer that is also close to your skin color. I use the exact color I used for the beginning and the end of my eyebrow. That's the beginning and the tail of my eyebrow. It's the same one. In fact, I didn't even bother applying any concealer on the brush again. I only used the one that is left. Yes, after applying the concealer in the beginning and the tail of my brow, so I'm now using the leftover to also trace the upper part of my eyebrow to make it appear neater and more pronounced. So make sure as you are working on your brow, you are also checking the other side. As you are working on the first side, you are working on the second side too, to make sure that you are having something close to perfection. You know, not that you have one eyebrow going south, then the other one will be going west. It can't be, it might not be perfect, but at least something close to perfection. So now I'm setting the concealer that I applied on my eyelid so that it won't smear. And now I'm using a brown soft matte eyeshadow on the crease of my eyelid to create a warm contour on my eyelid. So in this area, you can choose warm color from orange to soft brown to wine, you know, to create a contour on the crease of your eyelid. You know, sometimes I forget that I'm recording a video. I might make my head kind of lower, then once I kind of get a grip of myself, I raise myself up, my head up again. So now I'm applying eyeshadow on my eyelid. I'm applying eyeshadow on my eyelid. Actually, the video itself is very explanatory, but I'm doing this voiceover because of the background noise. I didn't want the background noise to ruin the enjoyment when you are watching the video. So I'm now doing a voiceover so that I can use a soft music as background music instead of you hearing different sounds from the original video. So after the application of my eyeshadow, you can see that I'm applying a kind of lighter eyeshadow. It's like a cream color. I'm applying it at the inner corner of my eyes just to make it kind of brighter and to kind of open my eye, you know, because I have a small eyes. Because my eyes are not really wide. So after applying eyeshadow, I like applying like a brighter color in the inner corner of my eyes to kind of brighten my eyes, to kind of give a wide look on my eyes. You know, makeup has a way of enhancing our facial structures. So if you know how to apply it correctly, instead of looking like a masquerade after applying your makeup, it's going to enhance your features. So now after blending, the next thing now is to apply our liquid eyeliner. You would see in the video that my ankle, you are going to place your ankle on your chest, because liquid liner have a chance of messing up your makeup. When you put your ankle on your chest firmly, it will help you have stability on your hands while applying, instead of just applying it without balancing your, except you're an expert. So I can actually apply it without placing my ankle on my chest, but I'm demonstrating this on this video because a lot of people run away from using liquid eyeliner because of the fear of messing up their eye makeup. So you can see how my hand was stable and there is no mess or whatever, because I firmly placed my ankle on my chest. You know, use your breast for support. It's going to make your hand stable and you won't stain your entire face just because you're applying a liquid liner. And liquid liner has a very sharp, there is a way it looks that I like, so I prefer using it to using a black eye pencil. So but if you know that it's not something you can work with, you can use your black pencil to do this, to achieve this. A black pencil, you know, it could be a pencil, it could be a rolling pencil, or an eyeliner gel. Yes, an eyeliner gel. So any of it, anyone you can work with is fine. Mini mani mo. Okay, I go for blue, a blue inner eye pencil. Guys, this is the part I dread most. If not for this video, I may decide to skip this part. I don't like the feeling of eye pencil in my inner eye. As in, I don't like the feel at all. No matter how gentle I apply eyeliner on my inner eye, I'll either almost get teary or get teary. I don't like the feeling. So now this is my foundation and this is my eye primer. I applied the primer first. So I'm using Kudi foundation in, I think, KD1. So I'm going to apply the foundation lightly. You can see I'm just using a bit of the foundation. I'm spreading it very well. I'm not using much foundation, but if you are the type that like heavy foundation, then you can coat it, but I'm just using it lightly, sparingly on my face. I'm not really the heavy makeup kind of person. And if you have spots on your face, you can use concealer first, or if you have discoloration on your skin or your facial skin, then get a corrector. So use a corrector to kind of even out your skin tone before you apply any other thing. So because I don't have anything I want to conceal or correct, so I just go straight into spraying my primer. Then the next thing, I applied my foundation. So now it's time to use a concealer. I'm using a concealer that is around 2 shades lighter than my skin. I use the same concealer I used to conceal my eyebrow. That's the same one I'm using. LA Girl Cool Tan. LA Girl. The shade is Cool Tan, yeah. So I highlighted the inner corner of my eye and the end of my eyelid, my chin. So as you can see in the video, those are the areas you highlight. Well, depending on the kind of makeup you are trying to achieve, in makeup there is no really strict rules, but the highlight area are usually the places that lights fall on naturally. So now I'm contouring. You can see on the edge of my hair, or let me say on the upper part of my face, I'm using a darker foundation to create my contour. And you can also see that I'm applying it lightly because I don't want extreme contour. I don't want extreme contour. I'm not trying to do anything extreme. If I want to achieve extreme contour, extreme highlight, glam, I know what to do. So, or I'm going to release a video on that separately. If you are someone that likes all these heavy glam makeups. So now I'm contouring my nose too. I've highlighted it. You can see the highlights. Now I'm applying the same foundation. I used the Mary Case in 708 for my contour. So the same foundation is what I'm applying on the sides of my nose. That's on the sides of the highlighted area of my nose. So this is my setting spray. This is a hack. Before blending your makeup, try to apply your setting spray first and watch out how it's going to blend effortlessly. It's going to make the blending easier and you would like the result. So just try it and let me know how it goes. So you can see the beauty blender I'm using that beauty blender for the lighter part. I'm blending the highlight area first because I'm going to use a separate blender for the highlighted part and the contour part. This is in order not to mix up the colors, because for example now if I use the same beauty blender or sponge, if I use the same one I use on the highlighted area, on the contour area, it's going to mess the colors up, because the contour part I use a darker shade of foundation and on the highlighted area I use a lighter shade of foundation. So using the same sponge on both sides is highly not recommended, because there is a kind of effect I want each of the parts to have. So using the same sponge on both of them is not a good idea. So this beauty blender basically is working on the highlighted area, like I said. So now look at the second one. I'm using it on the darker area, that's on the areas I contoured. That's my forehead, my cheekbone, and the sides of my nose. Basically every contoured area, that is where I'm going to use this sponge for. You can call it sponge, you can call it beauty blender. So now I'm using this brush, more like a small kabuki brush, to blend my cheekbone. That's the I'm using it to blend the blush. Then I'm using this one to blend the contoured parts of my cheekbone and my forehead to make sure it's well blended. Makeup is blending. That's the secret to makeup. You have to blend. If not, everything will be looking so unfinished, and you wouldn't want to wear a makeup that you will be seeing all the harsh lines and all the the highlighted and contoured parts are not well blended or looking so. So now on the highlighted area, I'm also using a lighter powder. The areas need to remain highlighted but well blended. So that powder is the same I'm going to use for all the highlighted area, while I'm going to use another shade of powder on all the contoured area. So sorry, I forgot to show you the face of this powder. It's a black opal powder, but it's kind of darker than the first one I used on the highlighted area. This one is more like my perfect shade. So, and this is cow that's classic in cow shade. You can see that is a darker shade of foundation, powder. So I'm using it on the same contoured area to kind of make the contoured area a bit more prominent, because I wasn't really feeling the effect. So I'm contouring the nose area, and I'll also apply it on the earlier contoured area, which is my forehead. Not really basically my forehead, that's my more like my edge, more like close to my hairline, then my cheekbone. So every area that I already contoured, so I will just apply that powder, more like setting the contoured area the way I have highlighted, the way I've set the highlighted area. So this is a translucent powder. It's a setting powder, but it's translucent. Translucent means it's transparent. Any shade of skin can use it. Even if you're a dark person, you can use it. It doesn't have color because it disappears into the skin, but I'm still trying to make it, I'm still applying it on my highlighted area to make it well highlighted, to kind of brighten the highlighted area. I'm also applying the same translucent powder on my nose, on the bridge of my nose. So now this is a blush. This blush has been long I got it. In fact, I can't remember the year I got it. It's Black Radiance product, and it's very good. So here I'm just using the powder brush to blend the parts I applied those translucent powder. I'm blending them out, so on the side of my face, you can see under my contoured area, I'm applying a lighter powder, that's the highlighting powder, under the contoured area to make the contour area pop out a little bit. You can see after applying it, it's popping a little bit. So this is the lip. I'm using the lip stain to line my lips. So depending on how you want your lips, so the cupid arrow on your lips, or what's it called, you line everything. Then I'm using a brush to smoothen the areas I lined. If you are enjoying this video, please like this content, like it, please click like and share. Thank you. So now I'm applying a concealer on the middle part of my lip to brighten up the lip. Then applying powder to clean to around my lips, just to make my lips pop. Now this is a Zaron lip color. It's a lip gloss, sorry, a very light lip gloss, a very light pink lip gloss. It doesn't really have color like that, but I really love it. I think the shade is Sugar Plum. I forgot to show you the product, but it's Zaron in Sugar Plum, Zaron gloss in Sugar Plum. So I'm just applying um a bit of bronzer on my cheekbone. I didn't really want to apply much. I'm just applying it very, very faint, so it's really not visible. After all, it's not as if I'm going to a party or something. But I promise to do a full glam makeup tutorial. Yeah, so that video will be for people that like heavy glam makeup, or depending on the event you are going. You know, there are some events that you want to wear heavy makeup. So here I'm applying my mascara. This is Tara volume boosting mascara. I'm applying my mascara to make my brow appear fuller and more pronounced, more arranged, you know. When I do the glam makeup, I'm going to use eyelashes. So I just say, let me do one small makeup tutorial for my beautiful ladies, you know. So let's apply our setting spray. You know, after the makeup, you apply your setting spray to keep your makeup in place. So if you like waka inside sun from morning till night, your makeup is going to be intact. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. Till I come your way next time. Bye.